beaming Queen Elizabeth made guests giggle while cutting a cake during a surprise reception at Sandringham House in Norfolk for members of the local community who gathered to mark the monarch's Platinum Jubilee. The 95-year-old monarch, who will mark historic 70 years on the throne on Sunday, February the 6th, hosted a reception in the ballroom of Sandringham House to celebrate her big milestone this afternoon. The event was the largest in-person public engagement the Queen had attended since before her recent health scare, appearing in her sparkling form, as described by a guest. Wearing a Wedgwood blue crepe with white brocade dress, the Queen, who beamed with delight throughout, also carried her trademark black handbag and a wooden walking stick. When Her Majesty arrived at the event, guests were seated around tables, waiting for a tea to be served, but stood up respectfully to chat to the Queen. During the event, the Queen was presented with a locally baked cake and a large knife and asked to cut the first slice. Plunging the blade in, she made guests giggle when she joked, "I think I might just put the knife in it." Her Majesty then quipped, "Someone else can do the rest."
I think I might just put a knife in it. I think that's a really good idea. See if it works. Oh yes, it does. Beautifully. Somebody else can finish it off. Do the rest of it.
Before cutting the first slice, the monarch had also joked about how the decorative emblem on the cake was the wrong way for her, so it could be seen by the press. "They can see it," she quipped. "I don't mind. I don't matter. Well, I think I can probably read it upside down."
I did remark that it was upside down and you wouldn't be able to see what was on it. I thought it had to be upside down for the press.
They can see it. I don't matter. Well, I think I can probably read it upside down
I
too.
think you probably can.
Among the guests at the lively event were members of the Sandringham branch of the Women's Institute, Sandringham Estate pensioners and representatives of two local charities, West Norfolk Befriending and the Little Discoverers. The Queen was described as being on sparkling form by Yvonne Brown, Vice President and Chairman of the Sandringham Women's Institute, after she joked and laughed with her guests at the reception. The monarch also met former cookery school student Angela Wood, who helped to perfect the famous dish, coronation chicken, served to the guests after the Queen's 1953 coronation ceremony. Mrs. Wood made the Queen laugh when she told the monarch she spent days and days altering it for Constance Spray and Rosemary Hume. Commenting on how the recipe for coronation chicken has likely developed over the years, the Queen told Angela Wood, "It's probably changed because in those days we did some things quite differently." Sean Mason, a junior sous chef, had created tiny bite-sized morsels of coronation chicken with curry spices, apricot in a savoury tartlet, and he carried a tray of his creations into the ballroom and announced they were available to sample. As the morsels were placed between the Queen and Mrs. Wood to try, the room erupted with laughter when the Queen quipped, "I'll go away." She turned to add, "You can tell me what you think when I come back." Another guest, Mr. Harry Humphrey, the Mayor of King's Lynn, presented the Queen with a loyal address and Platinum Jubilee mosaic created by the school children from across West Norfolk. Near the end of the reception, the Queen stopped to chat to a group of former Sandringham estate workers and told them, "I haven't seen you for a very long time." Reminiscing about the devastating floods in 1953 that affected Norfolk and the surrounding counties, she said, "I remember sitting at dinner, the fire alarm went off, no fire, the sea was coming in." She added, "It's a very nasty experience, and you go to the top of the sea wall, and it's there." She raised her hand to her face as if indicating the level of the sea. When leaving the event, Her Majesty received a posy, which included flowers that formed part of the Queen's coronation bouquet in 1953, such as Lily of the Valley. The event was the largest in-person public engagement the Queen had attended since last October's Windsor Castle reception for delegates who had attended the government's Global Investment Summit earlier that day. A few days later, concerns for the Queen's health were raised as she pulled out of a trip to Northern Ireland, spent a night in hospital, and was ordered to rest by doctors who later advised her to carry out only light duties. The reception came the day before Sunday's Accession Day, when the Queen will become the first British monarch to celebrate a Platinum Jubilee. She is already the nation's longest reigning monarch and the longest still serving sovereign in the world. The monarch is thought to be staying in the Duke of Edinburgh's cottage, Wood Farm, while at Sandringham.